Oh my god, we are back. And so soon. I mean, it's been like 48 hours or so. I hope all of y'all have been doing good. All 8,000 people that have queued up, waiting for the wretched 15 minutes to be over. We're leveling Paladin today. How exciting is that? Although, you know, perhaps it will be yet more exciting when I explain that we're going to be doing Dark Paladin, aka the Hell Knight class of the Pathfinder world. We're going to be slaying demons, but as like a dubious character with like a big old weapon. You know, like Cloud from like the Final Fantasies or whatever. It's gonna be so pog. Everybody's gonna think it's pog.
Fine, I guess you are my little pod
It'll
champ.
make getting out here easier, but isn't strictly necessary. But isn't needed. Just a way to invis or sneak as you go. It's basically a straight shot out of Port Wayno or Juno, whatever your preferred parlance. We got a lot accomplished last night off stream. We got like 3 or 4 levels into Paladin, just raw dogging it without a ring. That was exciting. You know, I do love me some progress. Oh, so what is this? What is this Dark Paladin thing that you keep going on and on about? So we're gonna try to make great swords work. We're gonna be able to make great swords great again more easily later on when we get access to some of the more obtuse and prohibitively expensive equipment. Basically, we're just gonna be writing as much experience as possible, and then seeing if it's neat, if there's any real point to it. As most people are probably not aware, for various reasons, Paladin can get access to all of the greatsword skills. There's nothing exclusive that they can't get. The Square Enix and all of their hallowed Brady Games knowledge or foresight set up Paladin and Dark Knight to both handle greatswords, but gave Paladin a whole letter class less in terms of accuracy. What that amounts to is about 10% less hit chance at like 75. But bizarrely, there's some Paladin only greatswords that are out there. I mean, granted, any greatswords that I do pick up are going to probably be staying with me forever, and some of them are arguably expensive at like 100k or something like that. But I'm willing to sacrifice for the memes. Yep. Camp at me. We already have a group together. They are already en route. And while they are doing so, all good. And while they're doing so, we're gonna do our normal practice of looking up a skill chain that will fit everyone's particular skill set. No pun intended. Pun sort of intended now that I'm thinking about it. Just fine and dandy. So please hold while I do that. This is the 2005-2009 circa skill chain calculator that somehow is still up and running. I am so unbelievably thankful for this person deciding to support this ancient website over a decade, because it is the closest thing that I found to a organic way of plotting out skill chains that isn't ass and lets you do things like choosing what skill chains you want. Stuff. If you hear my dog in the background, she's 100% fine. I guarantee you. I gave her a bone, and she believes that she must do everything in her power to bury it, even though there's no threat. Even though there's no chance that something is going to break into the house and steal it from her, her mother and I have no interest in the bone. So this is just raw instinct that's making her feel like I need to put this in like a Swiss bank or something ASAP. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose dividends on it. She's worried about the stonks. We have me, the paladin, who's gonna be swapping through the different weapons, dragoon, and a thief. For the sake of consistency, I'm going to try to have the thief land their weapon skill at the end of the skill chain, because the skill chain bonus damage, a portion of it is drawn directly from the last weapon skill that's used to close the skill chain. So like 20%, which is like a level 2 skill chain, which is what I'm going to be aiming for, of like 200 is a lot of extra bonus damage, man. It might not seem like it, but it will, like the whole thing in its entirety is gonna chunk for like 60% of the mob's health. And just like 99% of the mobs that exist and are partyable from like 10 to 75, we're gonna try to go for a ice skill chain. I believe right around now is when black mages get water 2, so blizzard or water 2 should do a lot of damage. So we're gonna set up a skill chain that does not involve me, because I'm going to be rotating weapons as effectively as possible. So macros, sword, because I'm gonna level up sword first. Skill chain, delete, because it focuses on people that do not pertain anymore. Double thrust, because the hallowed pentathrust is not available for my friend Kami just yet. Double thrust Kami, sneak, attack, wasp, sting. Wait, one. Zoe, ice, water, magic, burst. If up to it and once we're settled in, and then I'm giving them the skill chain, double thrust into sneak attack, wasp sting, ice, water, magic burst. That should do big numbers pretty much no matter what we're dealing with. All right, so we can put away Mr. Skill Chain Calculator, and I'm going to announce through body language that this is our camp and we are staking it out here. Look at that, like a bunch of baby beds descending upon the nest. Look at them go. Aren't they majestic? Especially the big one. Damn, it's thick. Oh my god. You got a license for that thing? Jesus.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna be, I'm probably gonna need to let them know now. Just so you know, just so all knows, I will be rotating through weapons to skill them up, so don't be alarmed when you see me whip out the GS. Or do be alarmed, I'm not your father. I'll be able to keep hate no matter what. I am so without a doubt that I'll be able to maintain hate, like regardless of what I have on me. Does access to shield bash help me marginally in that respect? Sure. But this is what testing is for, man. You know? Sometimes you gotta crack open an orange to make an omelet. I think that's how that goes, right? Something you gotta whisk. You gotta whisk a broom to make raisins, to make marmalade. You guys know what I'm saying. I don't have to I don't have to Eli 5 you. I said, just so all knows, I'll be rotating through weapons to skill them up, so don't be alarmed when you see me whip out the greatsword, or do be alarmed, I'm not your father. Kanata replies, Drat, are you sure? Oh man. We're waiting on... Oh, I was waiting on you to grab an alcoholic bev. Let's level sync because these people are itchy. I do not blame them. And then we will grab the best food known to man for this weird mix of Dark Paladin Hell Knight attributes that I'm going for, Ikrogunkin, which is the only sushi that I have, or food in general, that gives me a colossal amount of dexterity, accuracy, defense, all which matter. They all matter a ton. Just in case. Grab all the beetles and skinks. Beetles are a little on lower end. If no beetles or skinks, grab yags. And just like that, we're off. So I do, just for the occasion, and I mean like it's pretty much going to be every occasion until I'm at least 25. And probably, to be honest with you, like after 25, when I get auto refresh, hallowed be Horizon for allowing that. I'm gonna be consuming my body weight in orange juice. I have a macro that swaps in the Dream Pants from the Christmas event, which adds a whole 10 extra MP over time. Lost hate for every moment there. Which, granted, is like the most beneficial. Like sub 25. But I mean, like, there's literally no, like if you have a high octane party, you're not gonna have time to rest unless you pulled something that's like way over your weight class. Let me rearrange where Kami and Zoe are, so I can watch just for fun. And let me double check to make sure that my sword skills are where they should be. They are. Yo, we got 69 sword skill. Let's go.
Valor, X3. What's this? Aurora?
Incredibili!
Skink do be getting kind of close. He's getting skinky with it. I am gonna style lock my current setup, so I don't have to see me blink every time to swap in the hot pants. Okay, and the white mage is regening me, so even though I did bring some Pamama outlates, 6 to be exact, if she's willing to keep her fresh on me, I'm not gonna worry about it unless I go like an extremely long time without it. And by extremely long time I mean like 20 seconds, which we're coming up on now. Everybody got here really fast. Normally when I'm waiting for stuff to happen, I toss up the legal SNES emulator, and by legal I mean like literally legal. I have the original Link to the Past cartridge chilling vibing, relaxing, all cool, playing some b-ball outside of the school on my wall. So, because I know Nintendo is watching this, fucking relax. I actually have it. If you want, I can send you the 8,000-year-old cartridge that applies. We're actually quite quickly outstripping our orange juice, which is good. That means that we're killing stuff. I am a fool. I did not equip my band. Use Mr. Band. Use. Nice. You go, girls. I am going to take this opportunity to chug the last of my pamamas. Like, even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it's like one pamama is like it's 2 HP a tick over the course of like 10 minutes, and that amounts to 400 HP. So it's like I've had like like it matters over the long term. You just can't see it all that much. If I get down to red, I'm gonna invincible. I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna hold on to my TP just a little bit in case I need to grab aggro like this or increase it. Shield bash is like my only other real means of maintaining hate. LMAO, the streamer said the wrong word. I don't know, man. Maybe I should get like I don't want to get like others and stuff like that. This dude's spanking me. I do need this to die momentarily. Check where we're at. We're creeping up there in levels. Once I get everything skilled up, I'm going to probably keep club indefinitely. If for no other reason than the MP sustain. It's just gonna matter. I'm gonna get 1 tick off of this because I think that's all the. I'll be lucky if I manage to get 1 tick of MP off this, and then quickly chug an entire pint of orange juice. And then as soon as the animation permits, I'll grab Mr. Skink. So Age of Wonders 4 releases tomorrow. Pretty much categorically the furthest away from Final Fantasy XI that a genre could get, except for the fact that, you know, attributes do be going up and down depending on your decisions. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not really a huge strategy head. It takes a lot for me to. You had a whole other 23 HP left, not even close. The white mage do have to be careful. I am stunned forever. But people whose opinions that I respect that do dabble in the strategy space or exclusively hone in on the strategy space, more so specifically the turn-based sphere of things, like your civilizations and stuff. They have spoken extremely highly of it after they've had their quote-unquote influencer time with it, like a couple of weeks before release, and they're like, oh my god, it's the best game this year, full stop. I see it drop frames, and that makes me angry, because I deliberately reset everything that has to do with the internet in the house. So there's literally no excuse for it to be doing that. It's acting like it's stable now, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. It can still go fuck itself though. That's for sure. So if you are new to Horizon in general, or Final Fantasy XI, like full stop, ask me any question that you want and I'll do my best to answer it. I've touched most content except for the very end game sweaty stuff, like your dynamices or what have you. And like crafting wise, like by far I've had the most experience with cooking, but I may have some incidental insight. Oh my god, dude. Some incidental insight into other spheres. I'm surprised I had enough. Surprised I had enough time to get back all of my MP. Anyhow, so what I'm probably gonna do in the first Age of Wonders game that I play, beyond just figuring out what the fuck that I'm looking at, which is always the initial struggle with turn-based strategy, 4X type games like that, is probably make a race of snow people, which to my understanding is possible. It should be a snow problem. And probably loosely / directly inspired by an even more obscure reference among my obscure references, referring to a race of, congratulations, a race of blue-skinned people called the Jakai, as from a game called Pax Nora, which is a turn-based strategy pseudo card collection game, except the cards aren't literally cards. They're referred to as runes, and they had, like, you know, 48 by 48 bit pixel representations of themselves. It was a good game. Back then I had no impulse control at all, so I invested a lot of what I was earning at the time into it. I didn't full on neat status it, but I definitely could have seen myself getting close. Let's see if there's any way that I can pull. Okay, that's surprising that I was able to pull him off like that. I'm glad. Obviously, I'm gonna need to cure to him in order to get back to hate. Semi-pro / middling pro tip. Woo! We got it. Let's go. And now I get to equip. Apparently Flame Sword is like the best thing for my range. I make it a habit of sussing out what type of equipment I'm going to want to get and advance, like at least a few levels, 3 to 5 levels in advance. And Flame Sword is apparently just good all the way up to Centurion Sword, like checking it in terms of like DPS, which I'm fine with. Anything that lets me interact a little bit less often with the auction house, because just the act of putting stuff on there loses you gold, the better. What was I talking about? Oh, the Jakai. Yeah, Pax Nora was a good game, spent way too much on it. That's the premise, is that I'm just going to roam about conquering and spreading snow everywhere, and that's That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It seemed decently fun. I just wasted an orange juice there. I hate myself. I'm not even gonna save face. I'm gonna eat another one. If I gave more of a shit, I would wait a minute so that people would be like, oh, he's just naturally waiting until his orange juice runs over. I give so little craps that I'm willing to back-to-back chug orange juice. I'm going to cheer little lad so that their behavior is reinforced in regioning me. I'm gonna avoid weapon skilling until Kami and Zoe are ready to go. I am gonna evoke though to make sure that the Mr. Skink stays in place. That was good. And then we're going to, as soon as I'm not stunned. Okay, fine. Congratulations. So what are we aiming for today? We're trying to get up to 27. If we get up to 27 in record time, then we will try to swap to the camp that's also nearby that has beetles and tabar beaks in it, aka the basilisks. I think that's what they're called. Nope, got hate. Let's see what these guys, these bad boys level ranges can vary quite a bit. 31, that's perfectly fine. No big deal. They wily, these bird people. The Igudo aren't too bad. They're decently squishy. That's one thing that I appreciate about them. I don't find them annoying in any particular way. Probably the most annoying ones would be like the white mage or the paladin ones for obvious reasons. They're dicks. I'm not talking about the sporting good establishment. So far, no more drop frames. Let's go. Do I really want to? Yeah, I will. I'll bulk them once, just get out of my system. One massive benefit, obviously, of having so much accuracy from food and a smattering of equipment and stuff like that is I build up skill very fast, which helps when I'm trying to level up as I go. Streamer says the most obvious statement of all time. I should be happy with whatever it brings, though. People are doing a decently good job of maintaining their MP. Man. I say it probably literally every stream, and there is a decent chance that I will say it. I will continue saying it every stream until the game comes out. I am so excited for Armor Core 6 to the point that I literally cannot shut up about it. We're going to shield bash to maintain hate. It does scare me a little bit that we seem to be on the very razor's edge of keeping hate without shield bash, but I shouldn't be relying on shield bash in general to maintain hate because it only... Where did I go? Oh, I'm stunned. That's what. Because it only comes up every 5 minutes. So if hate is only becoming an issue every 5 minutes, then it's possible that the increased damage from the greatsword and the greatsword skills are what's going to make the difference in maintaining hate. At least keeping hate through threat or so goes the story that I tell myself. Look at this stinky skink. Oh, Armor Core 6, that's right. So I was permitted the Great Mercy by my wife, my beloved, to get the collector's edition, which has a 19 centimeter highly detailed statuette. I'm assuming it's a statue. It might be a figurine. I don't know. I don't think it listed like what material it's made out of. Perhaps like the millions of Armor Core heads that are watching right now can like specify. Hopefully it's not like a Fallout 76 situation where like I get it and like it's literally made out of like PVC pipes, like just grafted together with like a little pipe cleaner like as the gun. I don't think it will be. I have faith that it's gonna be cool, but even though it's by most standards abhorrently expensive, I know that I would have regretted not getting it, if only because I regretted thoroughly not getting the collector's edition for Elden Ring, and the statue in like for that collection is now worth the same amount or more as the collector's edition was to begin with. I can take it as read that Armor Core 6 is going to be good. I've let myself doubtificate, and I paid dearly for it, and emotional de-stimulus. All I wanted to kill it, and never again. But I do have limitations as for like how far I will let that thread of thought take me. Especially when the limitation is over $450 in the Armor Core 6 Premium Edition, which the only difference, from what I understand, based off of what I've seen, is the like a garage housing, so that you know when you're finished waving your 19 centimeter mini rendition of a giant robot around the air making exploding noises with your mouth, you can put it in to the garage for RP repairs and then proceed to make repair noises with your mouth. That's all I can think of. Which is perfectly valid if disposable income was literally not an issue, and if all starving children in the world were fed, and if everyone had adequate housing, clothing, their various needs were met, then I would splurge for 450. You know, like a literal peace on earth situation, I would spring for it. Fuck them kids. Sorry, I just dropped in. What are we talking about? We're talking about what we talk about literally every time that I stream, which is Armor Core 6 and how excited I am for it. And the fact that my beloved, my dear, sweet, beautiful, sweet, honey-souled wife permitted me to dish out for... This guy stinks! Shut up, Xantos! Permitted me to grab the collector's edition, which is, it's not... Let me just tell you now, it's not worth the money. It's not worth... I mean, like, what do you get with it? I can't, like, stop my in-party responsibilities long enough to look at all the things that you get with it, but you definitely get some... you get pre-order bonuses, obviously, which is like a collection of parts or like paint jobs or some shit, which means nothing to you until you're actually playing the game. It comes with like a pin set that has like 4 of the major corporations, I believe, like in the universe, because as you well know, every Armored Core game has like its own subset of mega corporations that have inadvertently or advertently caused or led to the complete destruction of the world. So it's like end stage capitalism, where like corporations are fighting over the last of like the human resources for purely personal gain. Yeah. If you think of it just like BattleTech, sure. It's that I don't think that you're very far from the truth. I don't know enough about BattleTech to be like, here is a list of one-to-one comparisons, but I could definitely see it from what I have played. I have played BattleTech games before, but I know that the universe goes on for like literal decades. You know? But yeah, the collector's edition also comes with stickers, and I have been making a practice of putting decals and stickers on the blank white side of my computer. Big fan of that, so I'm for sure going to be planting every single sucker onto the side of my computer, even though my computer is hidden away in such a way that only I am really going to see the stickers the most often, unless I permit myself, which I will, to be one of those people to point at my computer and be like, look at the way that it's all lit up. Skink behind you, careful. I think skinks are not sight. They're sound for whatever reason, even though they clearly have eyeballs. They also have bat wings. I don't know why. Those Final Fantasy 11 people were on some drugs. Yeah, and you get a model of what I will assume will be either a figurehead, armor core, or AC in the game of some description, or like your whatever the AC is that you start with. They did have a premium edition, which is the other thing that came out of my mouth, which is what you caught me saying like as you swooped in. Load timers, which is $450. Just a cool $450, almost as much as the PS5 you may or may not be playing it on. This is just truly gross excess, and the only difference is that you get a little garage to put the robot in. It's not a dollhouse, okay? It's a garage, and it is very cool and very adult, and it was worth it. The 2 weeks of groceries. They're not dolls, they're action figures. That's right. Anyone that says different sucks and doesn't understand the craft. Hey, please, Mr. Skink, just fuck off. Oh, we're leveled on sword, so we need to swap to the Pixie Mace, which is also probably way more expensive than it's worth. It's like the only mace in the game that gives you accuracy, except for like this level 73 one that isn't even released right now. Then I need to swap club, and then we need to level this up, and then after we have firmly established trust with our party, we will then whip out the greatsword. And then we'll whip out the big sword. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nani? All right, orange juice me. Sir. Okay, I'm just gonna let him. That was a good call. I don't blame Kami for provoking there. We do have 1 minute left on our food, so I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. I'm just gonna shield dash preemptively so I don't lose hate. And then he stays right there, even though I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that shield bash was wasted. I should not have used that. I mean, ultimately the 5 minutes is it's probably not gonna matter, and if it does, then there are worse problems. But yeah. So I really like the intra-game player that I set up for the stream. I don't know where Zoe is. Zoe is already bringing something. Like, unless we get like a period later on, if, where nothing is happening on screen, you won't see it. So probably we'll have to wait until there's like a break or something. If you know the 7,000 people that are actively watching at using me as first screen food are not familiar, you're gonna learn today. I'm gonna sneak one of these Pamama drinks in, because Mr. White Mage is preoccupied. Somebody said I want to be done with the job so bad. Who said that? Who's a dead man? Oh, White Mage. I feel you there, brother. Are you only leveling it for tellies? I don't actually remember what 5 seconds Vogue. I don't remember what level he was before I picked him up. We should be able to pull enough hate in order to secure it, and then we'll provoke. And then that should put us in the right place. Orange juice me. Once I'm level 25, I will be able to equip a Marin Taplum, which gives me a whole +3 MP, which is 1/3 of a normal bog standard cure, and 1 intelligence point. Absolutely not worth the almost $20,000 dues that I invested in its purchase. But you don't pay my subscription to my free private server. Incidentally, great sword. Woo, we leveled up. Woo. We are leveling up actually extremely fast. I feel like there's something else that I can equip at 25, but I don't know what that would be. I don't think it's anything. I think it was literally just a Moran Tathlum. We're just gonna keep leveling the club until it's max, which should be soon. If God has any mercy on my soul at all. It's going to be difficult to maintain adequate skill up pressure across 3 weapon skills, but it will get easier the closer that we get to 30, due to the length of time that it's going to take to get to the next level progressively. As I'm sure you are well aware, it takes as long to get, I believe, from level 51 to 75 as it does from level 1 to 50. It's around, yeah, you know. You're an avid consumer of this 20 year, almost said 20 decade old game. Streamer said sentence wrong. Lol. You know what this game is like. Lamau. Boy howdy. All these MFs do being asleep though. Look at this healer go, man. Knows his general responsibilities well enough to unsleep each person with the cure. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Where is it? I need it.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow!
Good.
What are you gonna be playing as in Age of Wonders for Xanthos? I hate this guy. Why does he gotta be like this? Stop it! Stop doing stuff. Just fuck off. Oh, that's right. 25 is when I get auto refresh. Let's go. With the orange juices, it's like I have a permanent auto refresh effect on. I forgot about that. I knew there was something I was trying to remember. That wasn't that great at AOW3. I need to replay it again quick. From what I understand, and the very little amount that I've been informed indirectly from the streamers and stuff that I've been watching play it, they have said that you don't really need to be that familiar with AOW3 in order to get mileage out of it. If that means anything, I don't know if it does or not. I mean, you may want to play through it anyway. But they said that they streamlined a lot of what came before without compromising the strategy, the flow of it. To the point that some people that said that they could only play AOW 3 with mods say that they're just fine raw dog in the vanilla version of AOW 4, obviously the vanilla version because there's nothing else out there yet. Relations. I did play probably the closest allegory that I have to, I don't know if that's the right word, but we're just going to pretend that it is. The closest synonymic, that's even better. Closest synonymic game to AOW 3 that I played is Fallen Enchantress. Which once I gave it a chance, because it doesn't look good. It looks really rough. It took me a while to accept that the game was just going to look that way and there's nothing that I could do about it. It was interesting. It was super interesting. Actually, it was torn between buying that or AOW 3. Ended up going with AOW 3. How was it? I thought it was great. I could feel myself getting more immersed in like the mid to late game, just because at that point, you know, I had my meme dragons and shit like that, and my army was like super overpowered, or at least I thought. And then I think I got my shit pushed in by something whose strength I didn't respect, and then I put the game down after that and never went back. So in theory, on paper, that should happen less with AOW 4, just because they have the whole Pantheon progression mechanic, where as you complete games or get further into games, you get points that can then go towards unlockables in the game. And that might just be the kind of carrot that I need to actually complete strategy games, because I'm like, unless I've been playing Civilization 5 or 6, I very rarely ever complete games unless it's in like multiplayer. Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% down for that. I think that after, you know, we get like some test games in on single player, just to get like a general feel for the ebb and flow of the game, I'm totally down for that. And I'm also happy to, if it seems like it's really good, to be like, hey, you know, it's me, your buddy Stoic. Hey, you remember all those good times that we had? We can continue having them in this game that is almost nothing like what we used to play. You should hop right in. The best, undeniably the best segue of all time. I am stunned for 1,000 years. I love this for me. I was stunned for like 8 seconds. Very cool. Skink. It is so unreal to me that I have auto refresh. Like, I just have it. Like, I don't have to perma drink orange juices and spend basically 4,000 to 5,000 gil to maintain a steady MP stream. Like, nobody put like a bow to my head or whatever and made me buy 8,000 orange juices. But at the same time, like, it literally made parties go faster. And if I'm gonna be tryharding Paladin, he says, well, he's also Dark Paladining in the background. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need to be a little bit sweaty with my item usage. That's just how it goes, man. I don't know what to tell you. I am perma stunned, dude. I did not need to Voke there. I'm not gonna have Voke up. F me and my big ol' A, dude. We can move. We can move over to the Beetle and Tabar camp, if not taken. I mean, there's only so much mileage that you can get out of this camp. Like, you're supposed to be able to ride this camp to 27, but I think that it's honestly with chaining. Like, that's what it wants. It wants you to chain all these 8 billion monsters together. It is so crazy to me I have auto refresh. I don't have to worry about that. Like, if you think about it, once I get a Parade Gorget later, I like, once I'm above a certain HP threshold, I'm gonna have basically like a permanent. Alrighty, we can move to the Tabar camp and see if it's open. Oh, which way is it? West. West. This is good traveling music. It's like I'll be drinking like a Yugudo drink 24/7. And that's before Red Mage gets access to, I mean, Parade Gorget, if I remember, is like a level 50 thing or something. I can't remember. But it's like refresh on top of that. It's like 6 MP a tick. That's fucking crazy. Isn't that crazy? You are so shocked and awed by how crazy that is. You're speechless. I don't blame you. We'll probably need sneak before we get in there because of the weapons, unless people are fighting. Unless people are fighting them. There is one there. So I'm going to pop open a silent oil and rub it into my eyeballs.
Slow down, I'm gonna spurt. Sorry.
And be like so unbelievably slippery that I just slip and slide all over the place. Hey Kami, how's it going? There is one individual that is here. I'm going to pretend as if they are doing something that is unrelated, because we are already assembled. Okay. There is a small link risk with the beetles. I have no idea if the Tabars link or not. We can chill in here. I mean, Kami's just kind of going for it. Sure. It's fine. Where are you going, mister? Are you going to the other side? There has to be something that pops in here. I don't know why these other people are here. That's fine. We'll just pull. Once all together, feel free to grab anything. I mean, there's a huge link risk with this. The white mage is lost. Southwest. I mean, there's enough shit in general here, like just in terms of raw beetlage, to support two camps. But you know, it would be preferable to not have to worry about that. He's coming. The little Tartar is coming.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. Oh.
If we pull some extra beetles, no worries. I'm not gonna type that. I'm just gonna let him go with his instinct. I am gonna eat a whole plate of sushi right in front of his eyes. Amazing that did not link. It should have linked. Why didn't it link? It's weird to me. It didn't. That didn't link. Do I get any other? I get shell. Whoop-de-doo. Who gives a shit? Look at this stinky. Oh, additional effect, 0 damage, dude.
Why?
Amazing. If that ain't a recipe for Pogs, I don't know what is. Ooh, we take those. So if you happen to be new to the stream and you'd like to make a sincerely huge impact on me, I recommend clicking the purple follow button below. It's a simple action, but it has a big influence. It's just a little drip feed of serotonin that finds its way deep, way deep in the recesses of my robot brain. Way deep in there. Like weirdly deep. It's so crazy to me I have auto refresh. I still can't believe that, even though it's happening like literally in front of me. We're gonna ride this skill chain that we have set up forever. It just does such a incredible amount of damage. We have pre-pulled another individual. That's okay. I think he's trying to sleep it right now. He doesn't need to sleep it. What the heck? Got a summoner? What the fuck? No, I'm certain that we don't have a summoner. It is interesting that I wonder why they pulled that out. Maybe they thought that they could do something with it. I don't know. Just gonna preemptively shield bash in order to get some hate back. Am I capped in this thing yet? I still got a ways to go. I still have to get like 78. I've been able to successfully keep the leveling, the skill upping pretty consistent to now. I want to make sure that Greatsword doesn't fall too far behind. I don't know if it's just pure concentrated copium or not, but it feels like when you have like a big two-handed weapon that you build skill faster, or like if you're trying to build something that's ranged, it builds faster. Someone that lives and breathes the code would obviously know better than I do, but I don't know. That fits snugly with my headcanon and my purely unscientific impression. So with all the extra time that I don't have, I've also been playing or dabbling in Resident Evil 4, the remake, not the 2005 rendition. And it's been really good. I've been playing it on whatever the hardest difficulty is. I think it's literally called hardcore. And sometimes I forget. And I start disrespecting the basic enemies. And they'll learn you real fast that you're not supposed to do that. The graphics are suitably gross when they are trying to be gross. Look at that starlight in there, man.
Amogus.
Computer, what's the average amount of pogs that's going through my chat at the moment?
It's over 9,000.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Is he? Yeah, dude. I would can grab the beaks. Totally fine. He can go for the beaks. He doesn't have to. Okay, he is gonna go for the cluster. Immensely brave. Probably because they go off of sight. So if he made the call just purely based off of where they were facing, it was a good call. I cannot see because these are like horizon adjusted monsters, so the game no longer recognizes what they are, and therefore neither does my add-on that tells me like level ranges and like weaknesses and aggro potential and stuff like that. But yeah, that was good. I'm proud of him. That's my son. Just like you all are my son, chat. Every last one of you. Like a robot Genghis Khan, man. Doesn't Genghis Khan have like 8,000, no, like 10,000 descendants or something? Like there's like 1 million people. Congratulations. And there's like 1 million people in whatever region or around whatever region he hailed from that could trace back their lineage to him. Which is like really insane to think about. Because that necessarily means that the guy that literally only did 3 things. He was either attacking something or banging or sleeping. Like there was no throughput anywhere else. I don't know how we got onto this conversation actually on reflection. I need people to get more hurt so I can heal them for hate purposes. People are being way too cozy right now, wrapped up in their blankies, and I need them to be hurt. I'm like, did I fucking get petrified for 1 minute? I am literally petrified for over a minute. So enjoy. Wow, these guys petrify for over a minute. I did not remember that these things can baleful gaze. Do not pull for a minute. A literal God-fearing minute. What the hell? Okay, 50 seconds. Man, that cockatrice was a stone cold killer. We did some rock solid damage though. If it didn't go down, I would have felt petrified. I don't know if there's any other. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good thing I wasn't. I was stoned.
You suck.
Who said that? Look me in the eyes, motherfucker. I'm gonna do a number on you, I swear. They... I was thinking it had cast time in the party chat. It seemed like... It does seem as though they had increased the cast time for Baleful Gaze on lizards. Hey, thank you. But they did not. They seem to have left the petrification TP move time the same for these cockatrices, which is fine. That makes sense to me because like the fact that lizards are your first exposure to anything that has a gaze move, like mere moments after you set foot in Valkyrie Dunes, do be spicy by any metric. So if they had deliberately made Baleful Gaze on lizards take a little bit longer than normal to go off, I definitely approve of that. We're gonna have to use Shield Bash in order to get hate back. It does disconcert me a little bit that no, we're getting clubbed at a pretty good rate. I thought they were still at like 73. Oh, we literally just got 74. I need people to get hurt. I need people to get hurt so that I could spend. Now I'm having an inverse problem from auto refresh. Is that I'm getting too much MP. How much could an MP be, Daniel? $10? If I'm not using it, I'm wasting it, right? So I guess I'll just use it here. Like I've been mostly using Starlight this whole time, man, and it's gonna be fucking weird to not have to worry about, for the most part, you know, fingers crossed on that one, gauntlets crossed. Not gonna need to worry about MP anywhere near as much on Paladin. Auto refresh is psychotic at 25. I understand why they did it, but nevertheless, it's crazy for me to be in a headspace where I can actually rely on that, like forever. Like I have a permanent pineapple juice hooked up to me via IV. I'm just gonna wait for 3,000. Beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah, boy.
I just want one more hit. I just want one more hit. Thank you. And then we're probably gonna get like 60 MP back, I would imagine. But I gotta be fast, man. I'm pre MPing right now. It's a good image. I don't know necessarily what that means, but Starlight me. How much did I get back? 63? Oh my god. 0 damage. Let's go.
Huggies.
0 additional effect, I mean. I didn't literally do 0 damage. 5 seconds evoke. I think that given that I'm having like reverse MP problems where I have too much MP. Dark Paladin could be a thing, dude. If I can keep hate mostly through curing, and I'm doing relatively good deeps, like maybe enough deeps to function as like 3/4 of a damage dealer, that could be pretty crazy. And if I think it's crazy, I know that you think it's crazy because we are the same person. We were separated at birth. You know? We're twinsies. In Minecraft. In Minecraft. Lower sunglasses. Do you understand? I know you do. You understand me better than anyone, Chad. That's not true. My wife is in the room. And my dog. My dog might not understand the human language, but you know, she's basically a person. She's also a peanut butter princess with sun-kissed toes that deserves the entire world. So saith anyone that also deigns to look upon her. What are you talking about, streamer? I don't know. Some kind of weeb shit. I had apparently 5 seconds vote. That's fine. I'm gonna build some hate through curing. Starlight me. So I briefly mentioned it a little bit ago, but I have a intra game player so that while we're waiting on things to happen in Final Fantasy XI, which is just a part and parcel of just how the game is. I should have cured there. I got knocked back. It's not gonna matter. I was rocking Link to the Past on it, which I do appreciate, but like I'm not limited to Link to the Past during those times where like we're waiting on stuff to happen in the game that I'm streaming. So I stream me playing a game while we're waiting on the actual original thing that we're streaming to start playing so I can stream it. Like any of the Game Boy games, which would probably, I don't know if that would be anywhere near as entertaining as like a SNES game, but I was thinking about like Game Boy Advance or something. I never really had an opportunity to get into Game Boy Advance at all. I never owned one. Absolutely everyone around me owned it, except me. Oh, I will shield bash this secondary creature, and then I will invincible. And then I'm just gonna save my stuff. I'm not gonna spend any MP, I'm just gonna let it ride. I have 15 seconds of literally nothing happening. I'm not gonna lose hate no matter what. Invincible, I don't know exactly where invincibility falls on the scale of the extreme hate moves, but I do know for a fact, at least on Eden, which is a private server that this server cannibalized, that invincible from a paladin does generate hate, more hate than a benediction does, because of a specific circumstance or set of circumstances where a white mage used benediction and then I used invincibility right afterward, and the monster stayed on me. So until proven otherwise, I'm just going to assume that that's what that in terms of the scale, that you literally cannot get more hate from a move than you can from invincible. Just gonna pre-move there so I cancel my own tier 2 so I don't waste it. I actually didn't need to really eat or drink an orange juice there, because now I put myself in a position where I'm concerned I might like overfill an MP. I might become too powerful. See, I'm already at Starlight range. I didn't need to eat the orange juice. And by eat, I mean like consume the entire bottle and all. So real talk, chat, if you are familiar with the streams, over the course of like now I think it's been like 2 months since I started. It's been around 2, I think. How do you feel about the content schedule? Do you feel that it's a little bit too boomerangy to have normal Final Fantasy XI on Mondays, a variety game, which is basically not Final Fantasy XI, on Wednesdays, and the hardcore Iron Man thing on Fridays, and then maybe sometimes a stream of some description on Saturdays? Like, do you perhaps feel as though it doesn't have enough Final Fantasy 11 in it, or that enough consistency of a type of Final Fantasy 11? And what I mean by that is like the hardcore stream is not is different in terms of like visual mouthfeel than the normal everyday Final Fantasy 11 is. And if you don't care, you feel that's fine, you can just say nothing. Because I mean, obviously, the surest way for me to tell if people are into what they're consuming through their eyeballs, it's going to be just watching the viewer numbers go up and down, depending on what I do or how I handle the stream. So just, you know, take comfort in the fact that I'm watching your literal every move. Take solace in that. Don't be freaked out about that. It's not weird. Don't make it weird. If anyone tells you that's weird, then they should have consulted me first. Angry Orchard, my beloved. That's about, what is that, 26 MP? That's crazy that it gives back that much. Where am I at in terms of my club skill? I'm almost up there. Once I get club skill capped, I'm like 8 levels behind on greatsword, so I'm gonna have to swap to it. Really dig the schedule. More Final Fantasy 11 content is great. Look forward to it. Good nacho cheese fries. Boy howdy am I thankful for the advice. I'm also a glutton for constructive criticism. So if anybody feels as though any aspect of the stream could be improved by me flipping switches on and off, I'm happy to make adjustments. I think that I've spent like an inordinate amount of time on making sure that auto balancing is pretty good, but I'm also one guy. And if you're the person that is like making screechy noises with forks on a plate, like it doesn't bother you, but it could bother someone else. You know, just to put it in the most apt analogy that apparently my brain was ready to summon forth. Starlight me? Oh, it's too late.
Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot. Reporting for duty.
I got you, homie.
Yes, me lord. I can do that.
You good. I'm gonna pull a beetle though. Yeah, I'm gonna pull a beetle though. I should just fucking send a message by throwing my Morian Tathlum. On Eden, they prevented you from throwing what would be considered valuable items because people, like, funny situations would occur where people were accidentally throwing like their happy eggs or fortune eggs that they painstakingly earned through the Easter event. Just like straight up just whipping them at mobs just for funsies. I don't know why it wouldn't have occurred to them to not do that, considering that, like, presumably, I don't know, maybe that you're just in the headspace. Welcome back, you're good. If you're just in the headspace where you just momentarily forget what job you're on, like I've been there before, especially when you play one job like stem to stern. Your muscle memory is still going to take a while to adapt. The fact that there is a thief here that is hunting the cockatrice makes me want to scream, but it is their prerogative to do so. I'm assuming that means that the cockatrice drop meat, because that's the only reason I could think of that they would be here. I mean, for better or worse, we're gonna have to stay here. We're just gonna have to outcompete the other party that has formed nearby, and the thief. If we're lucky, the thief will move to quote unquote greener pastures, and I say quote unquote because it's pretty much, I don't know, would you describe this as like a desert area? Highlands? What is this? What terrain is this? Champagne? It's a very champagne-y. $9.99 TP. Love to see it. I don't have provoke. Okay. Once it drops to about 5 to 10% Zoe, feel free to grab another. We'll have to be a little aggressive since we're competing with another party and a farming thief. The thief is totally within their rights to do it. There's no law saying that they can't farm in they can't farm in a like a party area. But does some more immature part of my being kind of wish that they would, like, something like mildly inconvenient would happen to them on their way to or from the computer? Sure. I'm not talking about anything serious. I just want like maybe they accidentally bump into something that had like a drink on it and like a very small amount that's like easily clean upable with like a paper towel or something that is also conveniently nearby. What happened to them? Yeah. Does that make me a monster? I don't think so. But you decide. It might make me a little bit of a monster. Doing everything in my power to... Are we still raising club? Okay, swapping to greatsword after... I'm not even gonna tell him. We're just gonna see how it goes. Barbarian sword. Use current. Keep same. Oh boy, he's got the MF thing on him. Look, it's so big, it goes off the screen, dude. That's a pretty good amount of damage. I mean, if I have to say anything, the fact that the barbarian sword has plus 15 attack on it, it does matter a lot. It's basically like I have an Onimusha coat like wrapped around the grip, like it is the grip. I deeply dislike the fact that it is -5 accuracy, functionally sorry, my brain is trying to split apart in real time. Words are hard. I don't know, man. Oh, it's functionally 2.5. It's like, I don't know how it rounds, but it's either 2% or 4%, either 2% or 3% less hit chance. I do have a lot of dexterity boosting shit on me, and hardcore accuracy food. So I should have a net amount of like 12 extra hit chance. I do seem to be hitting it pretty good though. The only way to know for sure would be with a parser, but I am reluctant to set up a parser unless I am gonna do it. Load deeps, and then I just have to be quick. And then once I hit something, I'm going to click on myself. Doesn't really tell me what my accuracy is. Let me see if there's a way that I can figure out the accuracy. I mean, I'm keeping hate just from hitting it, so that's a good sign. I did a whole 2 damage there. Let's go. My food wore off. I hate that. 61 damage, dude, on the fucking crit. Somebody get an ambulance, but not for me. Oh boy. Sleep if you can. Ellie, sleep. Ellie, sleep. Good job. That could have been really bad. I no longer have invincible, so you know, your mileage may vary if I'd be able to survive a situation like that, or be able to pull people off quick enough. The voice in the very abyssal edges of my brain tells me, hey, you should probably have shield bash in those situations. That's only gonna help me once every 5 minutes. Congratulations. Okay, Mr. Brain, so fuck off. I'm having no MP problems. If I have to permanently consume orange juices until I get Parade Gorget, that's fine with me. I'll be able to make back the amount of money that I need to have effectively an IV entombed in my person, just feeding me orange juice every minute of every second of every minute of the party. That's fine. That's okay. I can swing that. You're good. It's reflex. Eventually, I will pull it off you. Kami's like, I don't know, man. I'm just pressing buttons. I'm just doing it. I'm just sending it. That's fine. I respect that. Doing 61 on a crit is very funny. And it's doing pretty respectable damage too. Is there any way deeps? It does not seem that I can set up deeps only for myself, which is unfortunate, and I don't love that. I don't love that at all, actually, so I'm just gonna turn off deeps. Unload deeps. That's the whole point of me having it up there, is to see what my accuracy is. Look at that, dude. It's so much damage. I knew y'all thought it was fucking crazy. You said Stoic has no idea what he's talking to himself. Where's your shield, bro? How are you gonna shield bash? How are you gonna hold hate? Look at the screen, man. Open your eyes. My Dark Paladin third eye has awoken. And I have seen the past and present. This is stupid. Of course I'd see the past. The past already happened. I see the future of the Paladin meta. This is it. You're watching it develop in real time as I miss. I don't know who Jesse is and why I can see their shit. Can I not see Jesse's stuff, please? I'm just gonna sneak some more orange juice in here. I am pleasantly surprised. It seems like I'm able to keep hate better than I did before. Maybe because I'm just curing. I'm in a position to cure more. I feel like it's a little bit of copium that I feel like I'm not really missing shield bash. It's definitely funnier to me. I would like to swing, please. There we go. And I do get in a level or so an upgraded sword. I'm wondering if I'm going to be doing as much damage though because of the attack difference. Like 15 attack is an enormous amount. So maybe I didn't need to get the flame sword at all, the flame greatsword. I don't know. Like I'm not even invoking and I'm keeping hate. The fuck is that? Sure it. Zoe has about 30 mins left. How is everyone doing on time? Around then. I will only want to get a rep if we can give them at least an hour. My personal preference is making sure that whatever rep that I get for someone is able to get at least an hour's worth of mileage of experience. It's not like, granted, we're not super out of the way, but it is like if the person only has like 2 hours to give, it's not really fair to drag them out here, have them participate in the thing that they want to do for 45 minutes, and then what are they going to do? Flag up for like another 20-30 minutes or so, depending on what their job is? Misclick. Love that for me. Yep, that's... If you don't mind grabbing a rep around the time you need to go, Zoe, that's cool. Just make sure they're up to pulling. Congratulations. Our Black Mage friend is DCing. The party has been extraordinarily good, so they're probably not like rage quitting. I'm willing to bet. Like, we've been schmoovin' this whole time. So they'll be back. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. And in the meantime, going off of 5 people only isn't too bad. But I do miss Starlight though. I miss that for me. So one day, this mix of video game hijinks and occasionally teaching people how to use ancient philosophy to solve modern everyday problems is going to be my full-time career. If you believe in that vision, I'd recommend subbing if you want to be a vital stepping stone towards that goal. Otherwise, I'm just glad that you're here. Right, audience? That's right. Also happens to be free with Amazon Prime. Cough. I mean, free is a very, very loose word there. Sorry. Sorry. No, you go. Sorry. I just made them play musical chairs without meaning to at all. Pretty funny. I mean, there's no black mage, right? So I can just do this. Look at the damage. 128? Jesus Christ. Holy crap. This just slaps. Kanata is back, but is also DCing again. That's unfortunate. Congratulations. On is back, but is DCing again. Do we know Vulcan? Let's see if we have no more drop frames. It seems like it takes a hot moment for the stream to actually adjust to what's being expected of it. So I'm glad that the stream has seemed to be stable. I mean, I don't think that anyone has experienced any like frame jumps or like buffering or anything like that. At least they shouldn't. I did lower the bitrate by a tiny smidge, which should theoretically help it. Even though I'm at like the maximum limit, all that bitrate does is make sure that whatever quality that I am setting it to, whatever quality I'm expecting from it, from the stream, like as it appears to you, is determined by the amount of bitrate that I shove into it. On paper, I'm only supposed to be able to go up to 6,000 or so. In reality, I can punch it up to like 7,000. But I'm only gonna do that once. Once the bitrate chills out a little bit. Or once these like weird fluctuations that I've had the last couple times kind of chill themselves out. Congratulations. It's too late now since a rep is on the way, but in retrospect, I should have tried to find a rep for him that is at the very beginning of the level range. But rep's already on the way. That's totally fine. It does seem like I'm getting greatsword skill faster than I am. Like we only started greatswording like 10 minutes ago, I think. Rapidly losing track of time. Time has lost all meaning. The one thing that I will say about greatswording on Paladin is that I feel like they should get weapon bash. I don't know if it even draws any enmity at all, but it is weird that it's limited to darks only. Like even if Warrior has like a half letter class higher accuracy skill cap. I'm proud of myself for getting that all out in a tangible way. Waited for what? You're good. Yep, you're good. It's hella dead. You may already know, but you'll want to stay completely out of anything related if it's a 3305 thing. For at least a few minutes. Bam! I will be glad to have the accuracy back though, once we swap out. Perhaps I mean, I don't know. Maybe like 15 attack is a lot to gain from this greatsword that I'm using. So basically, like, am I like the extra damage that I'm getting out of the upgraded sword? Is it really guaranteed damage? Because if I don't have the equivalent attack or the 15 attack that I'm missing in between, it might not matter. But I am gaining, I would be gaining effectively back like 2-3 extra percentage hit chance, which might matter the most in the long run, just in terms of keeping like threat. Because if I don't hit it, it's not going to matter how much potential damage I could have maintained in between. You know what I'm saying? And get the Tabar to this side. That's fine too. So far, we seem to be settling at around 9,600 experience an hour, which is influenced by the rings. But if there wasn't the ring there, it would probably be closer to 7,000, is my guess. Which is really good. 7,000 is above average. Oh, show. I'm getting thirsty though. This tanking thing is so high octane. I should have grabbed the name. I mean, I'm still able to grab the name of the ranger that's supposed to be coming, just to check to see where their levels are. Because if they're willing to stay for an hour, it might not. Like, it might not even matter if we're struggling to like link, because linking is what's gonna matter now if we're at the upper edge. Because like we should be able to squeeze 28 out of this camp. I can't pull it. I have 15 seconds left. I'm just gonna have to let him go with God. There appeared to have been a frame blip. Why, God. I mean, out of the 98.5% of uptime, it's not an issue, but I hate the fact that it's even a consideration. All right. Here's the way. Show me potato salad. Okay, he's literally at 27. That's fine. Oh, I might actually have to think of a camp to transition to. So we are going to go onto the wiki and check to see if there's any camps I'm not immediately aware of that's nearby. We could transition to weapons. In fact, we should be able to. Let me do a quick do some basic napkin math. 35 minus 7. We should be able to handle weapons. Once we hit 28, 29, we will go to the weapons just northeast. Psych. You said something about the all here good question mark. You said something about the white mage being out. By the way, ad start in approximately 2 minutes. If you would like to support the channel and avoid ads in their entirety, subbing is one way to do that. If I could turn off ads altogether, I would. They do monetarily support me, but I hate them. they're antithetical. I know why they're there. I know why they're there, but they're like antithetical to like a streaming experience. Welcome back. Sussing out new SC. Skill chain calculator. 7. Ranger 27. Fuck it, we're doing it live. Good reaction time. I don't know if he's going to be able to get any SC mileage off that. The in-game frames do be crapping themselves a little bit. That is okay. We're going to continue parsing a new skill chain. Dragoon 27. It's all great sword. I get like there's not really too much out there that's like super good with this combination, which is like a little bit surprising to me. Ad start in 20 seconds. Take this opportunity to get up, walk around, get a drink, pet your dog, brush your teeth, whatever tickles your fancy. I support it. Wait, am I supposed to get frostbite soon? And by soon I mean now. Frostbite. Interesting. I need to actually watch to make sure that my my equip sets are swapping out correctly. I haven't let myself look. Let me see what he's using. He is using a bow, which is good. What do you prefer to use? What web skill do you prefer to use? One. Take care. Let's see if we're capped on great sword at all. We're not capped on great sword yet. We're gonna be soon though. It probably is within the next 2 to 3 levels. Okay, if it does not matter to him, SC, party, frostbite. No, let's stick with what we were doing before. There's not really anything. Not really anything, dude. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I do want to make sure that he can. How goes the greatsword tanking? Is it as good as you thought? Honestly, it's made me. Granted, there's like 20% copium like mixed in for good measure, with like some genuine hopium for garnish. But I haven't had to rely on shield bash at all. I seem, by luck of the gods, or Altana or Promethea, or whomever you pray to, I'm not really missing. Like I'm doing enough damage just through DPS alone that it seems to be fine. The fact that I have auto refresh is its own insanity. That I can just have like permanent orange juice attached to me. So curing is easier, especially compared to Eden, where that wasn't a thing, which also means that I'm keeping hate more consistently. So the double threat of doing more damage more consistently It seems to be mattering a lot. My actual trouble right now is figuring out a skill chain that meshes. Like this skill spread is very strange. Oh, it's archery. Archery is he's using a bow, not a gun. That might be why I'm struggling so much. The Dark Paladin arc is good. So far, what I've experienced is reinforcing the meme in a positive way. It's making it a little bit credible. Like at one point, I did like 110 with Power Slash, and then critted immediately afterward, dealing collectively about 200 damage at level 26. So basically like 30% of the of the monster's life in about 2 seconds, which is very funny. For sure. I did not need Evoke there. That was a waste. Fuck you too, Beetle. You see him? He swiped at me. The other party has left, it appears. I mean, that's not really helping either. I think Kanata, do you have water too? Or you can just tell me what your strongest spell is. Who needs for folk when I have a big ass cloud sword? The only person that has actually called me out was a random paladin that showed up for 2 seconds to visit someone that I guess was like in the party, like a Link Shell friend or something, yesterday, and he was like, "Lol, where's your shield, bro?" Or "What are you doing without a shield?" And I said, I just answered memes, which is a partial truth. Strongest is Stone 2, not counting Agas. Okay, well, that doesn't really. Unfortunately, it doesn't really get us that much more mileage. Okay, new SC is gonna be. He's already pulled, right? We can just send it. I have to remember that my food wears out in 2 minutes. Frostbite. Frostbite what? Frostbite piercing arrow? Let's try it. Let me know when ready. Arrow, thunder. Like I've been able to keep hate like through basically vocaless for the entire 30 seconds, which matters. That's crazy. That's crazy that I haven't had to heal or anything. I'm doing like 31 damage every swing. Is nuts. Like granted, I don't have a parser up right now. And I don't have my chat logs to my chat logs set up just for sanity reasons, set up to see what the other people are doing in terms of damage. I'm using, what food are you using? I'm using Ikra Gunkin, which is the only food of its kind that I've been able to find that gives you a really crazy amount of accuracy and defense. It's the sushi that gives you vitality, dexterity, accuracy, and defense. All right, we'll try SC on next one. Frostbite, piercing arrow, and I can get sculpts on the other. I'm happy to do this testing now. So I'm just gonna wait for him to start attacking and assume that he's good. Okay, frostbiting. 91 damage, very respectable. He has 1 second to do it. A smidge too late, but that's okay. He was literally 1 second away from getting it off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I will say that this canonical image that I've painted in my brain, Ruffles, I am extremely surprised that Nightbot did not dislike that. Or you've been hacked. You should probably look into that.
Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bober!
See, I don't know. Maybe the Nightbot likes the meme, and so doesn't bother to block it on the grounds of it being funny. But way back when, you know, in the olden times when we first started streaming, and I was just like a little streamer baby. I mean, I'm still in the streamer baby stage. I am also memeing here. Samaritan, he posted like an ASCII of something, and Nightbot shut that shit down fast. I said no. I'm gonna have to do like side-to-side mental comparisons of how much damage I do with the Barbarian Sword versus the, what is it called? The Hellfire Sword. Because I might, like, if I'm doing as much damage or more with the Barbarian Sword with the plus 15 attack, I might as well just keep it on. All right, we're gonna wait for him to engage in between firing. All right, I'm gonna swing. God bless, 95 damage on that. Go on, go ahead. Go ahead. He did it. I am so proud of him. He done did it. That was a pretty good chunk of damage. I mean, for like most of the time, you don't see stuff chunk really unless a thief's sneak attack is involved. Or maybe maybe it's stream elements I'm thinking about. Because I'm pretty sure that I told stream elements to just like shut up and leave me alone. I'll have to actually make a note of that. Because you doing it, I can stand. Find out why Nightbot isn't banning Ruffles. Okay. Note made. Yep. We just have to remember that it baleful gazes for whole ass 2 minutes. I mean, I don't want it to ban you, Ruffles. Would I find it circumstantially funny? Sure. And then I would have to figure out how to get you unbanned. Is the thing. I don't know, maybe you get off on being banned. I could see that. Do I get anything else? No, I don't. Gonna heal back a little bit, and then we're gonna provoke afterward. Knowing that these things can basically render me helpless for a whole 2 minutes does concern me a little bit. I do believe in my gamer capabilities enough to turn around if I need to. In fact, when I'm fighting these things, I'm just gonna preemptively fuck these things. You think you're such hot shit? Yeah? That's right. I come prepared, dude. I am anything if not over-prepared most of the time, especially when it comes to protecting my ducklings. I'm sure it's bearable. Alright. I should have waited when he was more in between, but he's going. He's going. Look at him go. I'm so happy with him. He's a big boy. He can take some hits. That's okay. I'm just gonna take this opportunity to heal him. And I was gonna say get hate back, but this doesn't fucking matter. It just don't matter.
What? What the fuck? Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You what?
Am I 27 yet? I'm not. I'm getting close though. This is a good song for it, for what we're doing. It's getting me in the mood to just fucking slap this shit, the sword fight with some monsters. To just really get weird. Stop it. Might have to actually drink some orange juice. Just to keep the pressure up. Fuck these things. Even though I'm like over prepped and I have Poisona capabilities with me. Awesome. I'm gonna cheer him for that. He caught that pretty fast. These things do fuck a little bit. I do not. When does get Silena? 21. Woo! All right, I'm not gonna use that echo drops then, because I don't know if it's echo drops or eye drops, but one of them is very expensive at like 8,000 a stack. And even though I have them, not because I expect white mages to be slow on the draw, but because they can be. And in a fretful combat situation, like the ones in which we are prized, every second matters, man. You know, I'm in it. I'm rolling around with the monster, fucking just absolutely going to town on it with a big sword. That it could mean a difference, like victory or otherwise. If I ain't on my game and just fucking chugging random medication. No! Oh, fuck. Well, I am petried for 45 seconds, baby. Man, this thing is a stone cold killer. Listen, I know I already fucking made the joke. I only have so many.
Ooh, you suck.
30 seconds. Tommy, you are the tank now. Godspeed. Tommy's pretty thick though. He's a thick boy. Not for an hour. I was asked for if I need a rep or not. I do not. I'm good. We had a smidgen of dropped frames somewhere. Where? Where? Show me where. Show me on the doll where it is. I don't like these random drops. They're very sussamogus, like the kids say in their urban colloquialisms. My impression is people might want to stop around an hour later from here. Anyway. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's again. That's what again? Huh? I don't even remember what I said. You're gonna have to remember. You have to. So I can only remember the throughput of so much of the inane shit that comes out of my mouth. I need you to specify, Ruffles Chan. 69 MP, let's go. ASCII. I will say, Ruffles, that if it's something like goats, or the one pretty funny ASCII that I saw of like just a very eloquently drawn with letters ding dong with a pair of eyes on it, I will ban you. And if it comes up later and no, it would probably stopped. I don't know what makes Nightbot decide what to not allow and what not to. It didn't give me any kind of message saying, like, if anything, it should have told you. It should have been like your comment was removed by a moderator. If it didn't, it's a mystery to me. So the only issue that I see with Greatsword Paladin is not the longevity of it, because even though this is like an extremely premature glimpse for like what it's like, you know, before all of the heavier damage dealing stuff gets involved, the actual issue that I'm foreseeing the most is getting access to a lot of greatswords that fill in certain level gaps, because I'm going to be trying as much as I can to keep all of my skills that are pertinent, like club and sword and greatsword. Sick Spoke. I'm just gonna have to cure to get it off of him. There's like a lot of gaps in greatswords that are available. There are some, bizarrely enough, greatswords specific to paladins. Like five, like actually there's like 5, but or like basically functionally limited to paladins, and that there's some weird ones like the Mercurial greatsword that is warrior and paladin only, but there's a few that are literally just paladin only. A number of those are missing from the auction house completely, because people don't respect the paladin greatsword. That's why we're making the paladin greatsword great again, even though it was ostensibly never great to begin with.
Bingo! Damn, son, where'd you find this?
The One Piece is real!
Oh my god!
So far, so good, though. I'm enjoying it. It's very funny to do anything close to funny numbers. Speaking of which, I need to actually use my food. That would help. In an outsized way. It's like the difference between having like 8 extra hit chance and not. I do wish I was able to get the parser up, but I don't want other people to feel like they're a little bit slow on that one, but that's okay. That's okay. He's firing the bow, man. What else can I expect? He's pulling, he's taking it out. He's pulling back that string like a mother F, and he do be firing. This is probably going to link, so I'm going to pull this a little bit away, and I'm just going to drag it to the corner like this, and I'm going to pretend as if that's actually going to help. So when I was a main paladin on Eden, and I was in like the 60+ range, I was using every part of the buffalo of like the whole paladin skill set in order to maintain hate. It is entirely possible that despite me hitting reliably and doing pretty big damage numbers, like for basically in a situation where I shouldn't be doing big damage at all, like it might be hard or borderline impossible once you have like the samurai that's generating, you know, 1,000 TP every 5 seconds to keep hate. In a situation where perhaps having a club and sword would allow me to do so. But we'll see once we get closer, because I also surprised myself with some of this limited testing that I've been doing now. Just a clean 74 damage. It's like a whole 8% off of a single attack. 37 damage on that. 65 damage on that. It's just so it's really funny to experience if for no other reason. $57 damage on that. I wonder if there's some kind of like hidden. There's not, but I've been getting a lot of crits. Woo. All right, let's do the Hellfire Sword and see where that gets us. Hellfire Sword time. It does look cooler. I do like the way that it looks. I feel like there should be more Greatsword models, but you know, Dark Paladins can't be choosers, as they say. Did I have anything else that I wanted that I brought with me? I don't think so. So even though it matters such an unbelievably small amount, the Morian Tathlon does provide a single attribute point of intelligence, which does get integrated into like 70% of the great-scored. Lol, streamer word wrong. The greatsword skills. And intelligence do be my lowest stat. But I have equip sets just from my time as a blue mage that literally... It's fine. We'll keep going. Just have to focus on chaining. Not enough time to go somewhere else, for me at least. The beaks should still be good-ish. X. Ah, blast. Look at that 0 damage, baby.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh, 41 damage on that. I mean, that's generally higher than what I was experiencing before. Not too bad, not too bad. We're honestly gonna be in a position to use Greatsword until the end of the fight. And then I'm probably gonna default to swapping out each weapon on like a per party basis. I don't think I'm necessarily going to worry about it now, but ideally worry about it enough to like actually tell the guy, because like he's doing fine. He's pulling after each fight, whatever. But ideally, in a situation where we are, maybe I will tell him, where we are like overpowered, given the situation, we would want to have a fresh mob be brought in as the other one dies. 12% damage on that, pretty good. I'm not even really missing the shield for just sustain reasons either. With the Ikra Gunkin, I'm getting like basically a whole body pieces. I'm basically wearing like two extra chest pieces. If possible, one, you may want to try to grab a mob when the current one health is down to 5% or so, just to chain more easily. 63 damage on that. I'm happy with these numbers. It seems to be very slightly higher than the Barbarian Axe. 74 damage on that. Like 2 crits in a row is kind of crazy. 3 crits. Okay, this is not like streamer luck.
Sloppy.
Or anything. I mean, maybe I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna shut up. Well, no, I can't shut up because it's literally my job. Had a paladin tell me I was pulling too quickly. I was very confused because all the mages had 50% MP. He is silly and should feel silly. What level was this, if you remember? Like if you're killing efficiently and like nobody's dying, then he's full of doohickey. Yeah, I said it on stream and I'd say it again. If I could hit once though, that would be appreciated. Awesome. Okay, so he is going for a second. Around 25. Congratulations. If he is pretty newish, which your mileage is extremely going to vary, like what your impression is of that, I could see how people would err on the side of caution. It's definitely a experience thing to just kind of like intuit what the party can handle based off of your composition, based off of how everyone seems to be doing in general. How well the paladin can keep hate. I don't know if he was able to keep hate at all. Maybe that was his like actual concern, is that he felt that he couldn't. Oh man, he turned away for a second to instantly petrify one. The ranger, that's rough. It can be a little bit spooky as a tank to be like, yes, send it. Because if something goes wrong, like people, like the order of operations in people's heads is that it's like blame the party leader, blame the tank, and then, you know, blame the healer after that, I guess. But yeah, in summation, the paladin was silly and that's wrong. 50 like if you're okay, let me say this, is that if things were down to the wire, which based off of the way that you phrased it probably was not the case, or if you were fighting things that were like 8 or 9 levels higher than you on the regular, I could see being cautious like that as an opener, but not the whole time. Even though I can't see the parse. Congratulations. Even if you grab something that might link, that's okay. All right, of the 9,000 people that's watching, if this streamer content trademark induces in you such a visceral, positive emotional response, that's literally all that you can do not to pass out from the critical mass of dopamine that's searching through your brain, I do recommend hitting the follow button that's below. It's the easiest way to let me know. Frostbite me. Nope, the whole time we were around 7-ish levels below most of the time. Then yeah, he was silly. There's no way around it. Did I miss? No, I didn't miss. He must have missed then. Sag. Come on, just die, buddy. 42 damage, man. Crazy. What's my skill at? I'm still not capped. Kind of surprising, to be honest. Based off of my experience with Ninja, and like level syncing all over the place with that job, I think that the chances are extremely good that once we get to around like the early 30s is when we'll start being able to catch up on combat skills no matter how far behind we are. I do hate that the additional effect damage when it's happening is doing like 5 at most. I don't know if it's like a percentage basis or what, but that do be kind of booty. It do be some booty like that. It just did 5% damage or 5 extra damage. Like give me at least 10, man. Like it's a high quality version of it, dude. Like at least, I don't know, maybe the high quality version of it, like the only difference is that it does like 6% of the damage instead. I don't think it's percentage based at all. I think it's just a random RNG thing. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna heal him.
Incredibili!
Look at that. And he's super dead anyway. So it might appear that I mean, you can't see it because of the Twitch chat that's blocking it, but we're getting now about 9,200 experience per. It might seem as though we're not getting that much experience anymore, but that's only because the number no longer be big. The number is fine. We're probably getting at like as much experience, if not slightly more than we were before when we were getting 200s. If we're chaining these quickly enough, it's probably about the same. Like there's not enough time, at least for me, to move to another place. To like suss out a camp and then spend 20 minutes to go out there and blah blah blah.
Oh my God!
You know how it goes. I don't need to tell you. You know how this game is. You know how this game goes. I think part of the reason, benefit of the doubt time, part of the reason why the Ranger might be a little slower than I would personally prefer to pull is just because Rangers, even though on paper, like you should be able to put up like a picture of the Ranger next to like a picture of like Thief, and then corporate should be able to ask you if there's a difference between the two pictures. There's no actual difference. Rangers do be generating a ton of enmity with their attacks, so it makes sense for them not to open, because I think that you get, don't quote me on this, but I think that you get a little bit of an enmity spike just from being the first person to do literally anything with, okay, where is it? Okay, he's poisoning me now. Okay. I can stop molding. Look at that damage, dude. I don't know if meat drops off these things. Do I have any meat in my inventory? I do. That makes sense. The Dark Paladin arc has had a very good start. I probably will have to permanently drink my body weight in orange juice in perpetuity until 3 seconds vote. Can't do anything about that. Until we fucking my brain is like melting in real time. What was I even saying? I don't remember. Something, just chat. Just pretend that I said something interesting or thought-provoking. You know how I am. Yeah, it's Stoic, you're none of those things.
Oh,
fucking
brother,
eat a
this
dick.
guy stinks!
No. That's actually extremely deserved. I do appreciate you humbling me like that. I needed it. My brain started to go in places that was even stupider than from where I left it. Oh, look at that hefty 0 damage, dude. Amazing. I love that for me. Frostbite. Frostbite Chan go. I just started thinking about how much I was enjoying the song. And then apparently I cannot compartmentalize my thoughts in 3 completely separate directions. 2 is like the maximum throughput. Like just in that instant, I was able to pull hate off of Mr. or Mrs. Kanata, just from fucking bashing its head in. Pretty happy with that. That's a good result. Are we capped yet? We're not capped yet. It's actually shocking to me because that means that we're like 10 skill levels behind on sword is my guess. I will say though, there's another reason why I would be wanting to level greatsword this whole time, because if I ever do dabble into Dark Knight, I won't have to worry about skilling up at all. I will just intuitively know that I'm going to be at more or less the top amount of skill that I can possibly get, which is nice. That'd be a nice feeling. The last time that I was a paladin on Eden, the other private server, I did level up greatsword on it as like a dumb activity to be doing in the background, but I never used it because I let myself get sucked into the socio-cultural zeitgeist opinion that greatswords are booty for anyone but Dark Knight. And even though that's probably true, it just so happens that it's like okay to borderline good right now. Do I want to eat another or drink? The action is drink. Humans drink liquids. Stoic. And apparently I do because I just literally did it. Did the whole world stop there for a moment? I don't know if you caught that. I'm probably gonna have to replace my equipment. my internet equipment. There's no reason why I should be dropping frames at all. Like, I'm not dropping a huge amount, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's just unnerving when it's happening, because it means that even though like viewers are only very momentarily impacted by it, like maybe it might buffer for like 3 or 4 seconds, it's still annoying that it's even happening in the background. Or maybe I just need to complain more loudly to my ISP. That could be it. Unfortunately missed, I think. I'm not noticing any drops. Good. I mean, it could just be like it seems like it only happens once, like every hour. And I do have to avoid it becoming a fixation, because there's no such thing as literally perfect internet unless you live in like South Korea or something. Good folk. Thanks, self. We have to be captain next thing, dude. There's no way that we're not. Our hit rate has to be like 80% plus. Just the fact that I'm keeping up TP wise with the ranger that would normally lap me otherwise is really crazy. Like that's crazy, right? I'm not crazy. Smile, upside down smiley face. I'm not crazy. Wife, I'm not crazy, right?
Is she not in the room?
Yeah. Am I crazy? Oh, just in general. Okay. I'm gonna do absolutely nothing new with this knowledge, but I just wanted an A firm on that. I'm almost out of my 30 gallons of orange juice. That's very concerning. It is good. It is good to know though that in order for me to have MP refresh borderline constantly during times where it makes sense for me to have extra refresh, I need to buy like 35 orange juices, which is like 35 times 200. It's just a casual 7,000. R0ing. I love that for me. Do I need to spend 7,000 for like in order to very slightly increase the experience gain rate of the party? Yeah. If I had less gil to kind of like shove in that direction, I definitely would not do it. But at this point, like, my concern is just speed running 75. Go slap it. 53, pretty good. One of these times I do need to actually pay attention to my equip set to see that it's swapping out properly. So I don't know if it is. I don't know why I went to third person there for a second. Is he still on him? Okay. I need to say unlock so I can turn around immediately if he tries to baleful gaze me. It should be momentarily. You're gonna do it? He's gonna do it? Is it instant? What the fuck? I tried to turn as soon as I saw him charge up. I am petrified literally 1 minute plus. That sucks. And then, like, there's only like one microcosm of movement. My model just broke. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Please hold. I think it's because I rubbed my eyes. It did not like that. If I interrupt this thing's thought pattern for any reason, then the different, you know, gizmos and stuff that maneuver my body, just fucking, they freak out. And they just they make it look like I snapped my neck, which is very funny, but also something that shouldn't be happening. It should adjust itself in a moment though. There we go. And we're back. Hell yeah, brother. Where were we? 10 seconds. Good thing you have a whole minute of Petrify to fix everything. Undoubtedly, yeah. I'm glad that the game intuited that was exactly what he needed in that given moment. Even though I'm effectively wasting like 10 minutes of it, I'm still going to eat a whole fresh Ikra Gunkin when it wears out in 2 minutes. I'm not gonna actually let myself think this way, but I did think for maybe half a second that my accuracy is perhaps too high. This is the very dumb place to let myself wander to. Like, and following that train of thought too high is in like I could be fitting maybe like attack stuff in. But like what attack stuff at 27? Like if I'm able to sustain the meme long enough and it doesn't actually like compromise the well-being of the party, I will buy like a Hauberk. I will work towards like a Hauberk in order to continue validating the meme. Because I'm willing to severely inconvenience myself to both test something out that could be viable. Because if not me, then who? Probably testers, you say? Yeah, probably. Mr. Beetle, I would prefer you just die. Thank you kindly. Oh boy, we have friends. I just have to not panic. That's simple enough. And then I just have to do enough damage to pull off of the ranger. And that was a very good call. Good call on the Harby save on the link. It didn't even occur to me that I mean, I did see one of them pull out I think it's a Black Mage. I did see one of them pull out the Fenrir before. It did not occur to me that they would think to use the Carbuncle in order to pull hate in general. So that was a very good move on their part. Faux show. Got about 20 minutes left in me. 20 minutes should be able to get us to 28. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't, because we're killing something at least once a minute. If it's not going to get us there, it's going to get us close, and close is just fine to me. I don't need to, like, if I'm extremely close, then maybe like, okay, one more, but otherwise I'm not going to worry about it. I will just let the cookie crumble where it lay. Eloquently put. Thanks, me. No problem, dude. I always got your back. I know you do. Oh, fuck yeah. Frostbite me. I am the Dark Knight now.
Meow.
Meow to you too, my friend. Here, I'll do this. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Ooh.
Meow.
Congratulations times 2.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
I'm going to unleash the MLG within me and activate all appropriate neurons to dodge this thing's baleful gaze. Whenever it comes up. In fact, just for the occasion, we're going to switch over to video game beats per minute. Next song. This is good. This is better. I don't remember what song this is, but it do be passing the vibe check. Oh, it's very appropriate. I got a big sword. Clyde has a big sword. There he goes. He's good. This is a good white mage. Everyone in here has done extremely well. Very happy with the overall mouthfeel of the party. Impending ad break in 4 minutes. You can avoid ads entirely and make a sincerely huge impact on me by spending disposable income on subbing. That's my plug. I hope you enjoyed receiving it as much as I enjoyed delivering it. I used to work for GameStop, you know. That's how come I can be so convincing. Ooh, this song's a little bit grimy. That kind of fucks a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We have to be capped. We are capped. Okay. Then what am I lowest on right now? Sword. Alright, I'm gonna put away the Dark Paladin arc for now. If only so that I can continue skilling up, because it's important for me too. Did you get to dumpster dive for all the collector's editions that never sold? No, actually, we would get into extremely huge trouble, like first and final warning straight into termination if you took anything that was expired home. And by expired, I mean like no longer relevant, were to be tossed out and so on. So what would happen to all of like the collector's editions and stuff that people would just like leave to die is that they would get pennied out, is what we would use to refer to them as, which effectively meant being sold for maybe like 90% off or just like some crazy discount. The only thing that would get actually tossed out would be like strategy guides and stuff like that. And even then, it was considered like stealing. It's so stupid. It was considered stealing from the company if you were going to take home the strategy guide instead of just tossing it in the dumpster. So like you either sent the things back, and then I guess they just got hoarded online or in some kind of warehouse forever. I will eat another Ikra just to make sure that I squeeze as much skill up time as I can. And I also need to switch whip sets. I got a fair few strategy guides from that, but no collector's editions or anything like that. I actually don't know how people in those videos would have. I think I just fucked up the skill chain. I forgot that I'm petrified anyway, so there goes. Hell, I don't think that's dodgeable. But that gives me enough time to come up with an SE like literally last minute. Okay. Fast blade, piercing, arrow, water, MB, I guess. Right? I don't think it really matters. Piercing arrow, fast blade. Even though I'm down to my last 10 minutes, new SE because leveling up my sword. Flaming arrow, fast blade. I am also petrified for 20 seconds. Ad break imminent in like 2 seconds. I'll see you in a minute. That SE makes Earth, by the way, Kanata. Let's make up some of the difference by shield bashing. Unable to use job ability. Why? Is it on cooldown? I don't remember using it. What the fuck? You son of a biscuit. We'll probably wait until I'm leveled before calling it. This seems like a naturally good place to stop, I think. Aiming arrow and ready, 1. I'm definitely noticing a difference immediately with how quickly I'm losing hate versus the greatsword. Damn, that's a lot of damage on that. Skid. There's another cockatrice over there, but I don't think he sees it. I have a pretty good amount of MP, considering I'm a paladin. It's kind of shocking me a little bit. I know that I'm only going up by like 5, 10 at a time, but still. It do be surprising all the same. I'm also only taking like 15 damage. gotta make sure that if I get anywhere close to MP cap, that I'm doing literally anything to get back down. So I'm not wasting MP that could have been. Even with shield mastery and ostensibly getting like 10 TP back every time I block, 10 extra TP or whatever it is, I still feel like I'd be getting TP way faster with a two-hander. I mean, which makes sense because the TP gain on that is 130%. That it do be boosted. It's gonna be sad for me to watch or to have to put away the battle gloves. That's a pretty good amount of damage there. I could be happy with that. Wow, that was a hot dang. That stone to bricks. I'm glad they went with this one instead of a different one. We do have shield dash back. I need to remember that. We'll shield dash now. For the memes, if for no other reason. Got about 10 minutes left in me. We'll definitely get the level. There's no way that we don't. Anada says same. We've been going for about 3 hours, pretty steady. I mean, you can't get much better than that. We did hit our goal of getting to 27 and achieved the bonus goal of getting to 28. So we're schmovin'. Over the course of however many parties, I'm going to be making it a point of exploring as many unfamiliar ones as I can. Because a lot of the popular ones are overcamped just because it's hard to put yourself out there and find new camps or be willing to test new camps. Just because it's not just you that's using up your own time. Like if you're like pathologic and you just don't care about like other people's experience, like, you know, maybe you don't feel that way. That is so much damage that she's doing with that. It's like 20% of its health, man. I'm surprised I was able to keep hay through that. And going back to the GameStop thing, like I genuinely enjoyed my time with it, and like getting random strategy guides that expired and like for like games that just weren't relevant anymore was great. That was awesome. I've always had a love for strategy guides or like gaming history books, like anything gaming related that taught me way more than I would probably ever need to know about like how a game was made or functions. I've always been big into that. It's also why I fucking, you know, I might be like a gamer boomer when I say this, but I was really into instruction booklets, man, and I'm sad that they're basically gone. I think it's cute that some like game makers, like limited run and stuff, sometimes include instruction booklets with them. It's pretty rare, but sometimes they do. I just appreciate it. We're going to try to avoid Baleful Gaze this time. You watch. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Just watch. Same. Have a bunch of those Brady game guides. You can find a not small collection of Brady Games guides online. I forget what the site is. I should know what the site is. Brady the Internet Archive is what the site is called, but it is different than like physically holding it into your hands. So deep does my love run for like anything Dark Souls that I have tons of Dark Souls strategy guides. Even if I played like the absolute shit out of them, I still just love having them around, being able to look at them. You know, they're great. They're great pooping tools, you know? Like, you know, it's like, just picture this. It's like Thursday night and the feeling's fine, and you know, you gotta just absolutely go to town in the bathroom, and you have the 400-page collector's edition of Bloodborne, and as like, you know, as stuff's going on, you're reading all sorts of interesting facts about like the monsters and stuff that you kill in like 2 seconds. You know? That's a life, man. I did spring for a Brady Games guide of Final Fantasy 11, and like people are selling it for basically like $10 or $11. It's like the actual difficulty is not so much 3 more mobs, and gotta call it unless someone's really close. This thing? I don't remember. I don't remember. Something about Final Fantasy 11 Brady Games guide. Oh yeah, it's hard to find Brady Games guides in general, but Final Fantasy 11 in particular, that is in good condition. Like there was, like I lucked out and I got I got a really good condition Final Fantasy 11 guide when like the next 10 guides that were like in the listing had like duct tape and shit, basically keeping the guides from like dematerializing like ancient scrolls. I think that definitely, I mean, Final Fantasy 11 is challenging enough, right? Especially with hardcore mode. But I think that an interesting mental exercise would be trying to make a challenge RPing as if you only had knowledge from like the Brady Games guide to go off of. Like really putting yourself in the headspace that it's circa 2003 or whatever when like the latest edition came out. 2004? I know it was definitely not more than 2004. I'm gonna have to quickly turn around if it uses Baleful Gaze. No, it's Poison Pick. Lucky me. It's 2003 or whatever, and you have to warp as if you just got the game and you cracked it open for the first time, and then really try to live like that in the game. Last boss for 2 more. I'm gonna use it.
It's time to stop!
No, thank you. Why not? I'm talking about like going whole hog on it, like using the RP recommendations that it gives, like when it starts talking about like how you should interact with other people, that it says like it's okay if you want to roleplay, and like it does like /ma and then /p burn baby burn. Just like really just get in there and roll around in the cringe, you know what I mean? I mean, you probably have to either be like hanging out with people that are in on it, or like make a static with people that, you know, understand what they're getting themselves into, or Put in your search comment, I'm RPing as someone that is ripped out of time from 2003. Only play it with the default macros they give you. Exactly. They do have a pretty expansive macro listing from what I remember, but probably the real difficulty of the challenge would be when you start running into the like actually taking for granted the job combinations that it suggests to you. Like there was definitely some things that. Next one is last boss for me. I think it's a good place to stop after. Yeah, we'll go for the cockatrice. Or we'll get Kanata's level. Let's get Kanata's level. You've been a great Blink Mage. Least I can do. Everyone's done a super good job. Aw, thanks, Dad. I forgot to. I was so focused on what I was doing, I missed the opening. So I'm just going to roll my TP around. Oh no! I was in the middle of the fucking hut. I don't know if that's dodgeable. I literally tried to move the mere moment the text appeared. Coffee is the tank now. Lol. Oh man. All right, well I guess that while I'm waiting to be functional again, I'm just gonna play random shit from my soundboard.
More gold is required.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Hey, you like that?
Potion seller, enough of these games.
Oh, that's a classic one.
My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
How about this one?
Well, excuse me, princess. Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
We have 30 more seconds.
I'm waiting.
Base is under attack.
War never changes.
It's only game. Why have you kept
15 seconds.
Why have I been summoned?
A hunter must hunt.
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations.
Ashen One, hearest thou my voice still?
Thank you, Dark Souls.
Very good.
I have so many of these. Okay, I'm functioning again. How exciting is that? Oh god, the drop is coming. That wasn't much of a drop, but the song's good. It's still unreal to me that I have auto refresh. Like I don't have to pay for it. It just is. It's just there. I almost have Invincible back. That's also crazy to think about. All right, once we get Kanata her level, we're going to instant warp back. And then I think that that's a pretty good place to stop the stream. Are you literally like one? Are you? She's one TNL away. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Oh, Elden Ring. Sir Gideon Othniel, the all-knowing.
You can just use your WS1. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna live long enough to get back to the SC. So the real, and we've tested in real time that I was able to keep hate way more consistently despite not having shield bash with the greatsword. which is nuts to me. It's nuts that that's even a thing. All right. Awesome job, all lot on whatever you want. Okay. And we're gonna go back to, even though this is a great song and I do want to keep it on, let me go back to video game lo-fi. I mean, there is a Beastman seal in here. It's pretty much all I want. I don't need 8,000 earth crystals, and I have a feeling other people are also going to be passing. I don't think I want the beetle shell. I can live without it. I should keep it. It's like 200 gil, and that pays for like N orange juice, but level sync off, that is. I am also eagerly awaiting the day that I can use my warp cudgels. Look at all these earth crystals. Just falling out of the trees. I might hold on to the cockatrice meat just because it is actually pretty expensive at like 600, 700. It seems like the drop rate is like really low. All right, let's instant warp out. I'm going to send you all 9,000 people that are watching, to some individual that is also playing the game, so that your torrential downpour of dopamine that's surging through your veins right now doesn't stop for even a moment. You can thank me later. Let us deliver unto you, unto IC Caldarius, because he is a gentleman and a scholar, and any other positive words that you can summon to mind. So he definitely deserves the views. When you get in there, do me a personal favor and just say hi. You don't have to care about what's going on. Just say hi to him so that he gets like a little feeling of elation. /raid. You should be getting some kind of prompt. If you don't, then I'm going to be sending you. Thank you so much for coming out. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, do me an enormous favor and hit the purple follow button. It costs you nothing, but it makes an outsized impact on me. Or tell your friends and family. Convince your grandmother to follow. I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm gonna send you. I'll see you later. Bye bye.